All right, we are live. We are live, Lemieux, and back
And hopefully better than ever.
and better than ever. What's up, everyone? It's Enrique, aka the Aries Gamer, Basement Radio Arcade Podcast, and my co-host, my partner in crime, Mr. Lemieux 66. Everyone, give him an applause.
Oh, thank you. I'm so
Yeah,
honored to be here.
yeah, dude, we're honored to have you, man.
Thank you. Thank you.
Missed, we missed you last week, man.
Well, every once in a while I got to go back to where my heart bleeds to black and gold, and I was living it up back in the burg.
Oh boy, here we go. So, you mean the red and blue?
No,
Well, hey, and you went to a Penguins game, right?
yeah, I went to a Penguins game a little bit ago. Saw them beat the Nashville Predators 4-3, or Minnesota Wild 4-3. Excuse me. It's a very good game.
Wow, the Minnesota Wild. I can't stand that name for that team.
The Wild.
Yeah, in my mind, Minnesota will always be the North Stars.
Well, we beat them too to win the cup, so I'm not gonna
Yeah, you guys did. I remember that.
whatever you want. I'll take it. Yeah.
Yeah, with Lemieux and Yamir Yager, who carried that team on his back, by the way.
Oh my God. Well, Yager is growing his mullet back, which is good news for everybody in the NHL.
Dude, Yager had his best years with his mullet.
Yeah, he's still producing. He's doing good.
How much you want to bet he's on HGH?
Hockey players don't do that.
Oh, he is making trips to Mother Russia and getting HGH.
Okay.
Yeah,
Hope not.
yeah. Well, let me. Hey, man, thanks for coming back, man. And we enjoy having you on the show. So thanks again, man. I appreciate your time.
No problem.
Yeah. All right. So we got some news, guys. We're going to talk about a couple things here. Rise of the Tomb Raider. We're going to talk about Fallout 4. We're going to talk about NPDs. Um, and I said NPDs, folks, not STDs. Although we could talk about that. Charlie Sheen. Ugh,
Oh God.
that was crazy news, man.
Good for him.
Now, and the timing of that, like he said he knew like 4 years ago. And for those of you who don't know, I'm surprised if people don't know this, but he announced that he came out that he had HIV. He's known for 4 years. But you remember when he went kind of off the deep end and he quit the show that he was on?
Yeah.
Remember the whole "I got tiger blood"?
Yes.
Yeah, that maybe that's why he went off the deep end, man.
Possibly.
I just found out. So, anywho, all right, let's talk games with you. So, um, the Xbox One took NPD for the month of October. So I
Yay.
don't think, yeah, right. I don't think anyone's really surprised by that, though, Lemieux, because of Halo 5 launching last month. And obviously I think that franchise probably took the Xbox One over the top there. So hey, congratulations to them, and Sony didn't do bad either for the month of October. And hey, all in all, the game industry is healthy. That's what matters here, right?
It is. That's what makes us so happy because a healthy industry is a happy industry. And if Xbox was gonna, actually win a month or two, these are the months to do it with all the great exclusives that they have lined up.
Yeah, no, that's a great point, and we'll get into another game that, at least for the time being, is a time exclusive
Yep.
in Rise of the Tomb Raider. But yeah, I mean, they hats off to them. I mean, they're doing a great job, of delivering a nice variety of content to folks who console. Oh, Lemieux, I got robot voice there.
I can hear you.
Yeah, you can. Yeah. Well, in my headset, it went like robot voice, but yeah. So they're doing a great job at bringing some exclusive to their owners, and so people are happy about that. So um, So that being said, Lemieux, when we talk about at least exclusives for the Xbox One console, Rise of the Tomb Raider came out, and that now I know you just started playing that game, and I've been playing. Well, you didn't pick up the game at launch, right?
No, I game flight it. I've been playing it. I'm only a few hours in, but it's loving what I have seen so far. It's great.
Yeah, no, it's a great game. It really is. And so I'm a little further ahead of you. And hey, this game is, and one of the things that I wanted to quickly talk about is Rise of the Tomb Raiders as a potential game of the year. Now, um, I know there's that Game Award show that's hosted by that guy. I don't even remember his name now.
Jeff Keighley.
Um, yes, Jeff Keighley. I'm not going to tell you what his last name reminds me of, but let me what's that sigh for, man?
I don't know. Something in your dirty mind, I'm sure, is going through your mind right
Ooh,
now.
why does my mind have to be dirty?
Because you're a Capitals fan and a Ravens fan, that's why.
Oh boy, here we go. Come on, man. I don't look when the Steelers won big last weekend, I was cheering the Steelers, man.
Because your wife probably tells you to.
She does, but that's okay. Anyhow, um, so yeah, so obviously, Rise of Tomb Raider is not in that list of Game of the Year nominations. We have The Witcher 3, Super Mario Maker's up there, Bloodborne, um, Metal Gear Solid 5. Am I missing one?
Um, wasn't Fallout also on there, even though it just came out?
Maybe Fallout 4 was on there, possibly. But um, look, and I've played Metal Gear Solid 5. I enjoyed it. I liked it. I'm going to say that I enjoyed The Witcher 3 more than I did Metal Gear Solid 5. And I'm enjoying Rise of the Tomb Raider more than I've enjoyed Metal Gear Solid 5. I will say, Lemieux, so far of 2015, my best gaming experience so far have been The Witcher 3 and Rise of the Tomb Raider. And I've heard other people talk about this game being a potential game of the year or the best game they've played so far this year. And I think it's right up there, man. I really do. I think it's um, this game is just so the pacing is perfect in this game. I think you know, and I know you're early on in the game, but what do you think so far? At least your early impressions of just some of the action and some of the things that you've played so far.
Oh, it's fantastic. The atmosphere, the first couple levels with the snow, and then
Hmm.
I mean, it's just it has me hooked. As soon as I started playing it, it's a beautiful looking game. It's really there's tons of things to do, a ton of collectibles to collect. I like how you can, craft your arrows on the fly and add the poison arrowheads and just do all that stuff. It's just great. I can't wait to see what's coming up next.
Yeah, and the crafting is really cool, and that's not something that's necessarily new to this particular installment. That was there in the last Tomb Raider game, but
Right.
it just it really just adds to the game and the combat. And obviously in this game you can kind of choose how you want to play the game. Some people are kind of balls to the wall, guns a blazing, kicking doors in, shooting enemies, lobbing grenades. Some people are playing it that way. Other people are using just going full on stealth, kind of Sam Fisher style. And I'm actually, I'm actually, I'm probably playing more stealth. I think.
I love the stealth. It's so fun.
Yeah. Yeah. Have you been doing what you've been? So you've been doing more stealth then?
Mostly stealth. Whenever I can, I try to sneak around and take the enemies out from behind and whatnot. It's just really fun.
Yeah. No, it is. It really is. And um, I've been doing kind of a combination of the both too. When I can, I sneak around. I try to, jump up in trees or hide in the bush, and wait for enemies to come by where I can grab them. But um, so this game, Lemieux, for me, man, it's just been an awesome gaming experience. It's one of those games that just kind of jumped out, grabbed my attention, and just really just kind of sucked me in with the action. Like even like you're kind of like thrusting the action right away. Like the opening scene. You remember with the it's her and who's the other character? I forget his name now.
Man, you're putting me on a spot. I honestly don't remember.
But you know who I'm talking about. He's kind of like the chubby guy.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then they're walking in the mountains, and then there's that avalanche and everything, and Lara's running. So immediately, like there's a lot of action that you encounter right off the bat in this game, and I just love that, man. I love that. You don't have to wait for the story to develop. The story's taking place, and you're just immediately thrust into this action. You know, um, and and for me, man, the pacing has just been amazing. The story. There's a nice balance between story and gameplay, and I think sometimes a lot of people complain about with games that have a focus in story. I think often people complain about that there's not enough gameplay, you know,
Right.
and that's not the case in this game. You know, you have that nice mix of uh, Mew, can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Mew.
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah, I just went robot voice again, man.
Oh man, you you gotta do something about that setup down there. I mean, you gotta, you know, I don't know
I
what
pay
you
my
gotta do, but you
bills,
gotta do something. Pay your bills and switch computers, or holy crap.
dude. Let me tell you something. My internet speeds are sweet here.
Yeah, could have fooled me.
Anyhow, so back to Tomb Raider.
Yeah,
Um,
one thing I like about Tomb Raider is I guess you could call it pacing, but the way it blends the gameplay with the cinematics, it just flows right into each other.
yes,
It's pretty sweet.
yes, it does. You're right. That's actually a great point. It does. It's so seamless the way the cinematics flow into the action. Sometimes it's like I'm like, am I still in gameplay or cinematic? Like, what's going on here?
Yeah, it's nice.
And the game visually looks amazing.
Oh, top notch. I wonder how much better it would look if at all, if it wasn't also on the 360. I can't imagine it looking much better.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I was thinking the same thing too. I wonder if they had developed, you know, or not developed, but focused more. And I don't know how they split the teams up, but whatever. I mean, yeah, I mean, who knows? I mean, if it had been a Xbox One game and not on the 362, who knows? Maybe it would have looked a little bit better. Who knows? But yeah, it looks great. The lighting looks great. The worlds, I mean, the environments look so much bigger too.
Yeah, they do.
Just the sheer scale of the environments look awesome. You were saying something, Mew?
No, I was just saying the environments do look nice. They look very nice.
Yeah. No, they do. It kind of remind me of downtown Pittsburgh.
It's a beautiful place.
Yeah. I gotta stop. I gotta stop busting on Pittsburgh,
Yeah, you do.
considering my love for Permane Brothers.
Yep,
Yeah, which, dude, you know what? You should open a Permane Brothers where you live.
I agree.
Just open up a franchise.
I would be there eating constantly.
Oh, dude, I would come down there and eat there constantly. I hope you even give me the hookup.
Um, Not unless you stop this hate against Pittsburgh. No way.
Well, I am a Caps fan, so you know. But yeah, man, it's been such a great gaming experience, and um, again, visually the game looks awesome. The gameplay is solid. The only one thing, I guess, the only one complaint I would have though, Lemieux, is the aiming system or the shooting in the game.
Um, my only complaint is related to that, but it's not the aim itself. It's some of the guns, at least the first couple guns I've gotten, they don't sound very powerful. They sound kind of tinny or I don't know if it's just me, but
Yeah, yeah, they do. They do. They don't sound like when you're playing Halo 5.
correct. Yeah,
Yeah, no, that's actually a good point. The I guess the effects of the weapon fire could be better. Yeah, I agree with that. I definitely agree with that. Um, but I love, I love how, and I was playing the Uncharted series prior to um, actually playing Tomb Raider, Rise of the Tomb Raider, and I was having this conversation with someone yesterday on Xbox Live, and we were talking about the dynamics of the different game of the franchises. Now, Uncharted's a great franchise. Um, it's one of my favorite franchises from last console generation. You loved it so much, I bought the remastered. So I can play through them again. Um, but I think the games are different in some respects because whereas Uncharted, in this conversation I was having yesterday, the example was given that Uncharted kind of is kind of like a Michael Bay film, you know. Um, and for those of you guys who don't know who Michael Bay is, he's done movies like Transformers. What are some of what other movies has Michael Bay done?
that's the only series I ever hear his name associated with.
Has he done? What else did he do? I know he's done. I can't even think. I can't even think about it. His movies are always known for like big explosions, right?
Yeah, the big
And
explosions,
action.
big set pieces, stuff like that.
Yeah, exactly. And so that Uncharted is kind of like that. Like you have this heavy focus on um this heavy focus on character development, story, and then you're kind of dropped into this action, these shooting galleries. Again, which isn't a criticism on Uncharted. I'm just trying to kind of just I guess paint the picture of how these two games or these two franchises are a little bit different because I have to hear people say, "Oh, they're the same." They're not really the same in some respects, but so with Uncharted, you get that, and then so when I came into Rise of the Tomb Raider, coming from the Uncharted remasters, and one of the things I noticed was that obviously we talked about the pacing of Rise of the Tomb Raider, which is phenomenal. It's great. You have a great dose of action and story development and exploration. And so that's the one thing that I really love about this game is that there's just so many things, so many different things to do. It just isn't, in your face action and shooting galleries and running after the bad guys and running from people. It's those things plus, um, the story, the exploration, and then just the overall pacing. Even when you find a new base camp, one of the things I really like about that, as simplistic as a base camp sounds, when you get there, you hear Lara talking about her recent adventure or kind of progressing the story along, which I think is actually pretty cool.
I agree. And another thing with the pacing and the difference between Uncharted and Tomb Raider, as far as I can remember, there's not too many options or chances or opportunities in Uncharted to go in quietly and do the little stealth action. In Tomb Raider, you have the chance to do guns blazing or stealth, which I like.
Yeah. Well, you can. I mean, you can do a little bit of stealth. You can do stealth in Uncharted, but it's again, it doesn't. It, I guess it. I don't know how to describe it. It looks like last gen stealth. Does that make sense?
Yeah, well, the big thing is the bow and arrow play is just fantastic in Tomb Raider. It's great. I love it.
Well, and that's actually a great point. And when you talk about your point about stealth and it being different, or maybe not having that stealth element Uncharted, Uncharted, you don't have those, poison arrows, you know,
Yeah,
where you can gas people out,
yeah, it's pretty cool.
and in Tomb Raider, you can actually you can booby trap, down characters to take out other characters. I don't know. Have you done that yet or no?
I have not. I've just been using the poison darts, poison
Okay, yeah,
arrows.
you'll be able to do that. It's one of the things as you kind of, there as you progress in your abilities and skills. That's something that she ends up developing. So, But yeah, man, I love it, and I'm telling you, Lemieux, as the game progresses, man, you're gonna love it even more. I mean, it's just awesome. It really is, and I feel like this story this time around is much better than the last one. I feel like Lara's more confident as a character in this game. You know, I felt like the last one she was kind of a little bit unsure of herself.
Hmm.
You
Yeah, I
know,
got that feeling as well.
yeah. And the last one, she always seemed to get like hurt herself all the time.
A little clumsy. Seemed like, yeah, she did.
Yeah, like wasn't she like always like, oh, I'm hurt. I need to find some bandages. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
she was like, she was always falling and like landing awkwardly. Oh, I need my tea and crumpets. You know. So that's a terrible English accent, by the way, Lemieux. Don't ever let me do that again.
I enjoyed it.
Did you really?
Yeah.
Well, you got to hear my Canadian accent. It's even better.
We'll save that for next week.
Yeah, I'll say that for next week. Um, so yeah, so Lara isn't like falling as much and like stabilizing a broken leg or anything like that. She seems more confident, but the game's great. I mean, it's got all the elements of that you want to see in a game like this: the stealth, the ability to go guns blazing, the upgrade options on your weapons, on your character skill sets. Um, you know, for those who like wardrobe, there's different wardrobe options you can pick for her if that's your thing. Um, I feel like I'm missing something else from you. Oh, the puzzle solving is great too.
Yeah, it's definitely the perfect package. I just hope that most people are playing it because there's a lot of other games to get lost in this year so far.
Yeah, no, it is, and that's a great point. I think that this game launching with Fallout 4, I think it's going to get lost, and that's kind of a shame because, again, my opinion, this is one of the best games of the year of 2015. I put it right up there with Witcher 3, which is my game of the year so far. Um, and I haven't played, some of the other nominees for game of the year. Um, I would say Rise of the Tomb Raider should be up there with those games. It's not nominated though, but that's just my opinion. Um, but I played some of the other. I haven't played Super Mario Maker. Have you played that or no?
I've played it at a demo kiosk and it was pretty fun. I don't have a Wii U, but if I did, I'd definitely own that game.
Yeah, no, I would too. I definitely would too. Um, but yeah, I think that maybe some people might lose sight of this game. Hopefully they don't. With the bundle that's out right now for the holidays. Um, and you can buy. Um, Actually, if you go to Best Buy and you get that bundle, you get another free game of your choice. So you can walk out of Best Buy with 3 games if you get that Tomb Raider bundle.
It's awesome.
Not a bad deal, Lemieux.
Makes me wish I didn't have a Xbox One yet. Sometimes.
I know, man. I think the same thing. Doesn't that shit kind of piss you off sometimes? Makes me mad.
Yeah, early adopters get screwed.
We do, we do. But that's why we're the hardcore.
That's right.
You know what I mean? Oh man, like I was looking at that Star Wars bundle, and actually speaking of NPD, I think that Star Wars bundle for Sony could propel Sony in NPD November. I picked up Battlefront today for the Xbox One, the deluxe edition.
Hmm.
And when I was talking to the lady there, they bought at the customer service area. They had they had a stack of consoles there, a bunch of Xbox One consoles, PlayStation 4 consoles, and the stack with the least amount of consoles was actually that Darth Vader bundle. And she was
Really?
telling me that yesterday they sold about 7 of those. And I'm thinking to myself, like, and I said, is that a lot? And she goes, yeah, that's a lot for us to sell in one day for game consoles. Now, again, that's just only one Best Buy. I'm not saying that it's an indicator or it's going to predict, an NPD month for Sony, but I still find that interesting um, you know, with uh, with the new Star Wars franchise or the new Star Wars movie, I should say, right around the corner. I think it's gonna pay dividends. I think it's gonna be a big deal.
It is, and however much money Sony, paid the Star Wars companies for their right to have that console is gonna pay off for sure.
Yeah, no, absolutely, man, absolutely. But yeah, so back to Rise of the Tomb Raider again, guys. If you haven't picked up this game, get it. I mean, get if you have an Xbox One, get it. Um, and if you only own a PS4, this might be a game that you may just want to pick up. I know it's coming out in a year, but you may want to pick up an Xbox One, especially with all the great holiday deals that are out for consumers right now. And that's not just that's even if you're looking well. And that's oh, I just broke up there. Let me. I keep getting robot voice, man.
Beginning to think that you're some type of humanoid android instead of a person. But
What? Oh my God! What did you say?
I don't know what's happening on your end. I'm hearing robot voices. I'm hearing like things crying in the background. I don't know what's happening.
Oh, can you hear crying in the background?
You gotta control your kids, man. Control your kids. Control your connections.
Oh, can you really hear that in the background?
Not right now, but I could like 2 minutes ago. Yeah,
Was it loud?
well, loud enough to come through my headset.
Oh my God! Yeah, my son, who's 20 months, he just woke up from a nap. He's kind of screaming a little bit, but I'm downstairs. That's crazy. You heard that?
Well, put him in front of the Xbox and have him calm down.
Yeah, right. That's really going to calm him down.
Calms me down.
Yeah. Well, we're older though. It does calm me down too. Gaming does calm me down. But shit, Lemieux. Oh, so you think so? You're basically saying that I'm like that robot in Fallout 4. What's his name? The butler, the butler
Yeah,
robot.
except that
What
butler
the?
robot's probably a lot more nice, more willing to do things for other people than you are.
Oh, come on, Lemieux. That's a low blow. That's terrible. That is terrible. Making me sound like I'm some kind of dirtball. Oh boy. No comment, Lemieux.
No.
That's all right, man. I got you a nice holiday gift, by the way.
Yeah, you can keep your Ovechkin shit.
No, it's not a Ovechkin.
Ray Lewis.
No, it's not Ray Lewis. I got you a nice little gift, man.
Okay, can't wait to
Nice
see
little
it.
gift. Huh?
Can't wait to see it.
Yeah. Yeah. It's a never mind.
There's that dirty
I was,
mind again. Be careful what you say.
I was gonna say it's a video
Oh my God.
of someone we know.
Jesus God.
I'll leave it at that. Oh boy. All right, we just derailed a little bit. So shit, what were we talking about now? Yeah. Rise of the
Not sure.
Tomb Raider. Yeah. Oh,
Star
so
Wars.
Rise of the Tomb Raider. Huh?
Star Wars consoles.
Yeah, Star
X.
Wars. So, and then we were talking about right. Okay, we'll go back to Rise of the Tomb Raider. I'm sorry, I'm all over the place today, Lemieux. It's Saturday, man. It's Saturday. You know that song, Saturday in the Park. You know that song?
Yeah, don't quit your day job.
Who's that? Chicago?
I don't know. I don't know bands' names. I just know songs.
Yeah, I'm like that too. I think it's Chicago though. Anyhow, so yeah, so if you own an Xbox One, you definitely want to check out this game. I mean, it's a really, 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 really good game. Really, really good. Um, so I would definitely encourage you guys to check it out. Um, all right, so we talked about Fallout 4. Fallout 4 came out, and hey, Bethesda reported some big numbers for them week one, 750 million.
750 million plus, and 1.5 almost million of those copies have been digital, which is pretty insane.
That is
In
crazy.
just 3 days, 3 days worth.
That's crazy, man. That's
I know.
crazy. That's a lot of digital stuff. So, and we could talk about digital later on. I know we've talked a little bit about Lemieux, the benefits of digital versus um, physical. Um, and I'm kind of gravitating a little bit more back to physical because of the whole Best Buy Gamers Club or whatever it's called. that I have, which is an awesome deal. Um, but yeah, those that's still impressive, man. And 750 million is a lot of moolah, man. That's a lot of cash.
It is
Yeah, I
good
wonder
for
if they're
good for
getting
them.
their holiday bonuses.
I hope so.
Yeah. So Fallout 4 came out. Now, Lemieux, you were like what, 9 hours into that,
Yeah, like 9 hours. I'm level 8. I think my character is now. So not too far, but far enough to know what's going on.
and you're in Boston already, right?
Yeah, I've been through Boston, been through the doldrums of that hell city.
Oh boy, you wouldn't be saying that if it was Pittsburgh.
Well, Pittsburgh's city of champions.
Oh my God, are you serious? City of
Dead
Champions?
serious. Yep.
That's that's Green Bay, buddy. Titletown.
Okay.
Look, hey, I got to, you know what, Lemieux, and I'll give you this much. You got to give props to the Pittsburgh Steelers. I mean, seriously, it's a great football organization. You know, 6 titles, right?
Yes. 6-6, going for 7.
Yeah. Oh boy, yeah, it's a little bit premature.
Yeah, we'll see.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, I've only, oh, geez, Lemieux, I've played maybe 2 hours of the game, maybe, and I did actually. You know what feature I really dig on the PlayStation 4 is the YouTube feature to stream.
Yeah, that share button comes in handy, huh?
That share button's so nice, man. It's so seamless.
That is nice.
It is seamless. It's a nice feature. And so I did streamline. I did stream some footage. God, I sound like I'm at work right now. I did stream some footage on the podcast channel, the YouTube channel. But I haven't played 9 hours, man. I think I just got to um, Concord. I think it is.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I went to the diner where that kid's like hooked on meth. It's not whatever it's called. I don't even know what the drug is.
Yeah, that was pretty crazy scene.
Yeah. Oh, dude, I went in there with my Brotherhood of whatever armor, and I just mowed down the drug dealers.
Nice.
Yeah. So, but that game, I mean, that game looks. Remember we talked about there were some concerns about how the game's gonna look visually.
Yeah, a lot of concerns.
Yeah. What do you think so far?
I think the character models look last gen, but I think the environments and the lighting looks pretty nice.
Yeah, no, it does, and you're right about the character models. They do look a little last gen, and I think where you really notice the difference in next gen visuals is like you said, like the environments, the lighting, everything seems more vibrant. The world just seems more alive. There seems to be more stuff, on the map,
Yeah,
and there seems to be just a. I just feel like the world's bigger. You know what I mean?
absolutely. Which it should be. I mean, given today's technology, it should be bigger. And it's. I mean, I haven't played Fallout 3, but from what I've heard, it's definitely a better game so far as the environment's concerned.
Yeah, no, definitely, definitely, and that's another game that's if you're into those massive or big RPGs, definitely pick up that game. And if you're a fan of the you know Elder Scrolls series, again another Bethesda game, you may like the Fallout series as well. So um, you know I need to I need to get back into it, but I haven't been playing it because of Rise of the Tomb Raider, and now that I got Star Wars Battlefront. Um, I don't know how much time I'm going to put into Fallout 4 in the immediate future. So, and that's it. So you got Battlefront 2, right?
Yeah, I have it on the PlayStation 4.
Yeah. So what do you think, man?
Oh, I love it. If you love Star Wars, you're just gonna adore everything about it. The sound effects, the explosions, everything about it is so just they just absolutely nailed the Star Wars universe, and it's great. And I have had zero connection problems, which coming from Dice and EA is big considering what a horrible game Battlefield 4 was.
I know. You know what's funny? We were talking about that. We were talking about, remember that? How
Yeah.
DICE stands for dicey servers.
Yeah, so far so good. The force has been
That
with
well,
them
that's
for
good to
sure.
hear. That's good to hear. I was actually uh so there's a guy I talked to on Twitter and I game with, and I used to do a couple podcasts with this guy named Worrywart. He was actually streaming on his Twitch channel yesterday, and he's a huge Star Wars fan. And so he was just, I mean, he was loving it, man. It was great to hear his excitement and watch him play because you know he's a big Star Wars fan. So I can't wait, man. I played the betas. I played both the PlayStation 4 and Xbox One beta,
Mhm.
and like you said, the the sound effects are just amazing. And I hear visually the game looks better than the beta versions did.
Um, I don't know if it looks better, but it was already beautiful. It's definitely one of the best games I've ever played as far as just, looking like what it's supposed to look like, the character models, the environments. It looks like a Star Wars movie. It's awesome.
Yeah, I can't wait. The only thing I'm on the fence about is that $50 season pass, man. That's a little aggressive.
Yeah, I don't want to. We'll get into that maybe another time, but right now I'm gonna pass on that. But I hate the way it's gonna divide the community. I wish it was more like Halo, where all the maps are gonna be included as
Hmm.
being free to the community. But way too much money for a pass.
It is. It is. And you know, and if consumers don't like it, you know, we got to talk with our wallets, you know what I mean?
Exactly.
So, and that means, if that's something you agree with, just don't buy it, and but yeah, we'll have to talk about that on another podcast. I mean, for sure, man. I'd like to get into that. Um, in the $50 season pass. So, but geez, man. So I mean, so many games, man. This end of year, this is just nuts.
Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna
Like
be getting any more games. I'm gonna check out.
you're done. You're not getting more games.
I'm gonna GameFly. Oh man, can't think of the name of
Rainbow
the game
Six.
now. Rainbow Six. Yeah. You have to forgive me. My mind is fried right now.
Lemieux's actually gaming right now, guys. I can hear him clicking his controller.
Yeah, I'm playing the Space Invaders on the Atari 2600.
Going for that all-time score, high score. Yeah, but yeah, I think this is it for me, man. I mean, I know Rainbow Six is coming out, but this might be it, man. I don't see myself buying anything Lemieux until Uncharted 4.
Yeah, that's a good call. And that comes out in March.
Yeah.
Just Cause 3 is the game I'm going to check out on GameFly in December. That looks pretty crazy.
Oh yeah, that's right. Just Cause 3 comes out. Yeah, it's going to come out. Yeah, I
But
might I
besides
might get.
that, I think there's way too much to play. I'm good for a while.
I mean, yeah, I mean, there's a lot of stuff out there. Fallout 4. We talked about Battlefront, Rise of the Tomb Raider, Halo 5. Um, there's just a lot of Call of Duty's out. Yeah, there's a lot. There's certainly a lot of content out right now. So definitely an exciting time to be a gamer for sure. So, oh, I think we lost Lemieux. Yep, looks like we lost him. So, well, and actually, we're getting to wrap up the podcast anyway. So, um, wow, I don't know what happened. That's really weird. He was there and then he was gone. Well, that's and again, we're going to wrap up the podcast anyway. So, robot voice there. So yeah, so we're going to wrap up the podcast, but um, yeah, Lemieux just sent me a text message. What happened? You got to pay your bills, man. It's your internet connection, Lemieux. All right, guys. Well, that is podcast number 3 for us. That one's in the books. We were actually you were a little limited on time today with the podcast. I wanted to talk a little more in depth about some of the topics we talked about, but we'll do another podcast again next week and probably have more time to dig a little bit deeper with some of the topics. But as always, guys, thanks for listening to our podcasts. If you like what you're hearing, give us a like. Please subscribe as well. And hey, man, I'm open to guys. I'm open to talking about anything game related. So if there's any topics you're interested in talking about, if you're interested in just hopping on the show and just shooting the shit with us to talk games, that's okay too. I mean, this is for me. This is kind of a release, an opportunity to just talk about something that I really enjoy doing, and that's just playing video games and having fun. So. For those the 0 viewers that watched us, and that's a joke, by the way. And um, for those of you guys who will be watching this later, thanks for stopping by again and checking out our podcast. Some gameplay footage on the channel as well, and I'll be uploading some additional, footage of Rise of the Tomb Raider and Fallout 4 and Battlefront, Star Wars Battlefront as well. So keep an eye out for that. I'll have that stuff up. So, all right. Well, thanks again, guys, for stopping by and listening to the podcast. Remember to subscribe, give us a like, and give us a shout out too. Comments in the comment section, and we'll catch you guys next week. And for Lemieux, who got dropped, thanks again, Lemieux, for hopping on again and being a great guest. I know you're playing Rise of the Tomb Raider while doing the podcast, so I appreciate you multitasking today. All right, guys, thanks again, and I'll catch you guys later.